I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is September 23rd, Tuesday, 2025. Hope you had a good day today, and happy birthday to my baby. So take a look here. We talked about yesterday 3 options, and all the options that I gave, we were talking about coming back into this range, right? Because we had an expansion, and I made it clear, like, we want to see a retracement, reversal, or some type of pullback into the range, regardless of whatever happens. And then I gave another option here of when we were up here, are we going to consolidate and then raid and then come back down? But notice what they all have in common, these 2 options. This one is a retrace. I said in this option, if you watched the video, I said if it was bullish, I didn't want to see it come any lower. And then this option was obviously, coming all the way down, right? Because of the seasonality situation. And what's funny is they made a what do you call it? A tweet, something about one of the big financial traders saying that the seasonality wasn't going to happen this year or something with NASDAQ especially. So that's what's funny. And I was like, yeah, bitch, I know they kept coming. They keep coming up, right? But in this situation, those 3 options that I gave you, they all have in common, coming back in the range. So, and if I'm looking, I said very specific yesterday that if I wanted to see a tweezer day, meaning if I wanted to see, a wick here and come into the wick and then the daily high be here and a bearish day, I wanted to see it look like a tweezer top. Go watch yesterday's video. So is this a reversal? It could be, especially with this highway expansion. So, and moving forward, we want to see lower highs and then lower lows. And then again, that's what I made this example. And it's right on right now. Beautiful. We're here. Okay. So when I say making it easy yesterday, what am I doing here? Right. So you can see to the left of the chart on the 15-minute, I got this little projection of these consecutive candles, right? I got the 1 on 1.5 right here, 2 to 2.5 right here. I got a breakout level. You see the green line that's dragged out, and 2 to 2.5 here, 3.5 to 4. And then when I see structure like this before, just me doing it before, just so you could see the structure, and understanding that I'm expecting, if it's going to retrace, I'm expecting a lower low and a lower high. Lower low, lower high. That's 930 area. Lower low, lower high. We haven't even came down yet. I figured it would be cool to do this before and after, because so you could understand the logic, while other people and streamers have no idea what they're doing. They're trying to buy this. They have no idea what they're doing. Algorithmically, we're looking for logical places for the price to go to. As you can see here, I've already drawn that as a lower low, this right here, all right, and then up here is that lower high. See, I already have flow here, even if I was wrong in buying here and it didn't go up, because in general speaking, when you have a consolidation, it is a consolidation, but at the same time, it is also just a maybe possible retracement. But and sometimes you don't get that raid. But in the phases of price, this is in general, we'll call it a reversal or retracement, right? If I'm giving the options of what to see, you can see the weakness with with the wicks, the understanding of when the price breaks again here and retraces back. Look at the first imbalance. Look where my entry is. Let's just be very clear. Where's my entry? It's at 50% of this first imbalance. And it's also a imbalance, and it's also a breakout level when we broke underneath. So I'm sitting here getting in here, and immediately reaction, we have this up candle is going to end up being a control of price. If we drag it out, you'll see, right, that we hit it here. But what's happening here is this is the lower low with these 1, 2, 3 drives here. Then the funky price action, right? This is time distortion. Dude, I almost gave up on the day of holding the fucking trade, to be honest. But it's my wife's birthday and family stuff going on today, so I had to do the barber thing. Just got back, and the point is that this is a lower low and a lower high. Notice how the lower low to lower high up here, we come to that imbalance right here, this bearish one, number one. Number two, this up candle, number three. Notice how from here to here, there is lower highs in the leg. Notice how we are popping up to grab these guys and their equal highs. But look what I'm doing. The price coming all the way back here and I'm still holding. Why? Because I understand the narrative of a sell-by-sell day or a classic bearish day. We had a classic buy day yesterday, so today would be a classic sell day. What did it look like? It looks like this. And what am I doing here? I'm saying this is the high of the day. Automatically, the high of the day. So if that's the high of the day, right? And where's the low of the day? Well, from this level here that I got higher of the day to this obvious here, I'm saying 200 point range, right? It's the average daily range of a candlestick is around 200. It's really 250. It was 250, but I put 200. Why did I put 200 for the points? Because every candle is going to be generally 200 points, right? So 200 points is mathematics, right? Like 100 points, another 100 points, right? So I'm just putting this here to show where the 200 point range would be. What else? What are my circles here? I have this circle here. First one, I have the obviously that fucking, the previous all-time high right there. And then what's down here? Well, I'm being very specific. I have the 930. I have the opening week gap. Remember, I made the video yesterday and I said we bought from on top of it. Easy. So wouldn't it make sense for it to come back and wipe out the easy buyers breakout level? So 930 weekly level. That first imbalance from yesterday. It's Monday. It is important. It is important in the week. Also, I have the PM session here. I'm giving you all the game here, bro. All right. So you got the PM session right here, right? What am I doing there? Well, I'm gonna go to it real quick. If you see me, this is a 5 minute. Let me go to a 1 minute, just so you can see it. I have to go. I'll show you the result, baby. Oh, come on. I ain't got time for this. Come on. Let's go. Do I move slow or something? I don't know. So that's the PM session. Are we underneath it? Yeah. Wow, look at the bodies. Do you see that? You see that? So I'm understanding that. Look at the 50%. Of it, and look at that little wick right there to pop in. See that shit? See it? So I got both of those going on for me, right? So what do you notice? They're putting those two levels together so they can use it as a resistance or support. Okay, so that being said, just fire. So I've already got the structure drawn out. Where am I going? I expect it to come and leak. We're going to get some structure down. I have, again, this first circle here. Why am I highlighting that circle? Because of this -2, which is the high of that circle, and then the low. You see this liquidity right here? This is a sell model also. So they'll build liquidity inside the leg, just like I just got done explaining this example with there's lower highs in the leg, and then we sweep gently above this. From here, from there to there, that's that's the lower high. Right, that's the way they do it. Get you in here. We ended up using this too, but and then we bumped it again here. But when we come down, we don't make a lower low yet, right? So I'm still drawing the structure out, but the next circle is me highlighting the 930 level. Okay, and then I have below here is obviously the first imbalance of Monday. Of the AM session, and there's just 3.5 to 4. Notice that. Okay. All right. Now that we've said all that, look what happens. Well, when was that screenshot? It was here. So what did it do? It came all the way back into that imbalance. So this is a bearish imbalance here. Then we have another one here. And you're like, well, why do you have both? Why wouldn't you just have one? Well, I want to, when the structure starts coming out, I want to see that, I don't want to see any closures above this. Notice how we come back and we tick there. We make a, so there's a lower low, lower high. There's no lower low yet. Boom. So from lower high to lower low right there. We come back in the range, right, to the tick, smack that level, another lower low, lower high. Comes back down, it's underneath the 50, weakness, takes out that little guy right there, does not take out this low right here. Lower high, low, lower high, still coming down. Look at the bodies. Look at the bodies sitting right there. Bam, wicking, boom. Then the leg comes in. So from lower high here to there is the leg. What am I doing? I'm going straight through this because I understand what time it is. And then as you see, I'm getting into here and I'm trying to squeeze it. And I actually have to go at this time. In a normal perfect world, I probably would have held it longer. But notice I have all this stuff that I want to target. And then it rushed for it. But my purpose of me trailing and doing this is because this is what I came to do today, right? Whatever happens. So, fucking beautiful, bro. Just beautiful. And as you can see, as you see when we got down here, boom. So what was the high here? It was 25,026 or something. And the low is 780. So what's that? 200, 220, 240, 245. You notice how we got very close to a 250 point average daily range. And look to the left here. We're just sweeping out all that easy and accumulation of 930. I'm sorry, 930 was here. I meant that was the settlement. 930 was here, which is actually, this is actually more important to get there because that was a fucking easy buy, right? Remember that? And that was me just trying to get the trade, right? It looks like a reversal, but it's still a retracement. So that's a higher low and that's a higher low. And notice how they came into this area that we talked about that was easy buying, and we had a closure above there, and it's not a coincidence that they came down here. Now, as far as this projection goes, it's deeper, so this might be a reversal coming, especially with an expansion. But the conversation, the point of this video is, what are the phase of price? So expansion, I'm expecting a retracement or reversal, and sure enough, I'm selling down. I mean, the price is up here at 930, right? So if the price is up here, we're still in this area. I was actually trying to go up initially to sweep this liquidity. And remember when I took that sell, I told you I took a sell at the end of the day yesterday, which was fucking up here. Remember this guy right here? Remember this conversation right here? What did they do? Look how they come in, they tag me in the middle of the night. You fucking bitches. Why? They know I know. That's why. They know I fucking know that this is an expansion and it's going to turn into a sell-off. Not forever. I'm just saying it's going to come down for price. Why? All buyers, right? So it's a liquidity game. And they came and they snagged me. Why did they come up here and not take out the high? Because that high was impossible. But when it broke down and it made this little lower high and I sold that, notice how they came and they took that bitch. Right? But it's okay. I understand what's happening. So it's fine. But the point is that this is framework, this is experience, this is just all that, right? So how could I have projected this a little bit different? I could have done this too. I could have just made the high here. See what this looks like for a second. So I can go, but this is a fire video. Ooh, look at this. So I understood this too, but I just didn't, look at it that much. My goal was really here, and I knew I was going to be out. But here you can see that this is the first high to low before we break through, and then we break through it, right? So here you could see 3.5 to 4. Look at that. Look how we smack in there. But this is just, it is what it is. It's whatever. And then I also told you guys, did I give you a projection here? I don't know if I did this in yesterday's video, but I did it today, where I had this little swing here with these 2 down candles on the 15 minute. it was the most energetic, and then we broke through that. So I used that, and then you can see 2 to 2.5 is where we were sitting. And then we had the exhaustion of that 3.5 to 4. But this is just kind of explaining some more scenarios. But I said yesterday that we were gonna want to see this imbalance turn as an inversion. Like we were gonna want to come down and use these imbalance. I don't think I said on the 1 hour. I think I said on the 4 hour. And if I just do it now, I knew that I just didn't need to do that. Let me just put this for a second. Just hold on 1 second. And so I'm going to refine this in a couple ways too. And I said that I wanted to see that this used as a inversion and then as resistance. And if you take a look at the 4 hour, look how we open there and then we kind of cross over. Notice how the low of that previous 4 hour candle there is almost there. But this is a 4 hour, so it's pretty big. But take a look here. You'll see it in action. We're coming here. We're coming to the 4 hour. Coming underneath it. Okay, boom. Right there. And then it starts to kind of flow. If I had this quadded, you would see another line right here. You see it's working there. We worked the top 25%. And the top 25% is almost probably equal with this. Watch this. This is how I make videos long, but I'm giving you fucking game, buddy. This is why I don't need to make any more videos. If you have enough, you can go back to any day. And if you just take a look at that real quick. See how it's almost the same. Right? I didn't even draw this perfect either, but you can see that's the top quad level and all that. But anyways, this is an extra tidbit. Point is that if I go to a refined area, like let's just say this is the 1 hour. Let's see how it looks like on the 1 hour real quick. And then you'll see here us working the whole area on the 1 hour and then the 50%. Look at that. By a hair underneath right there. Right? And you can see it. Boom. You see that shit? And then we can even go to a 15-minute. Notice how this is a 15-minute. And I have to go. Come on, buddy. Look at the 15-minute now. What is the 15-minute doing? You can see it on the 15-minute literal. You can see it. No bodies. Look at the no bodies above it. Right? So if you're asking me, like, how am I involved here? Well, I have order flow. My decision making is getting based off of the order flow. So I already have the ideas, and then I turn around and say, okay, well, we didn't rate above, so we're coming back down for a retracement at the least. I don't give a fuck what happens. We're going to get a retracement. And how does that look like? Well, you break underneath, and then boom, look at the bodies, first imbalance, whatever. It's just order flow. If I had nothing on the chart, it's just order flow breakout area. And then just getting flow down, and that explains that. Look at the 15-minute refine up there. Now, let's take a look at this 15-minute. No, I'm doing too much. I don't need to do all this. There's gaps in there too, which I'm not going to go over, but I just want you to show the look how we sell right there, right? Anyways, and then we have that control of price. So classic sell day, beautiful, called it yesterday, before. And here's execution of it. So very, very good logic and following a plan and keeping it simple. And, because I'm watching streamers trying to buy this and this and that. It's just like, dude, y'all don't know what you're doing. They make we make things so hard as traders, and it's really. And I said this shit yesterday. And just to keep it simple. Come on. 18 minutes. I like that. Dollar, my 2 cents per dollar is I wanted to see it if it was going to be bullish, like come into this area and then shoot back up. That's going to really show if we're going to be in that seasonality. So if dollar keeps pushing up and respects this area, then I want to see us, follow with this, the last 10 days of the month kind of selling off right into the fourth quarter. If it wants to blow through, then I don't think we're done, coming back up. And what we just did is a nice big retrace, and we might push straight the fuck up. I don't know, because at this point it's a little rough. Also signs on the wall. We had Dow with a complete higher high here shooting up, and we had lower highs here. And then we also, if you look at here, did a little work here. We had lower lows here. I'm sorry, lower highs here with Nas, and we had higher highs with S&P and Dow. And then I'm already getting involved when we break down little again lower highs here with Nas. Nas was letting us know where it was going, but and then a little higher low here to push us a little bit back up. Then we had a higher high here. We had lower highs, and then we kept flowing down, and then we had another lower high here, which is great. This is great for us. Imagine if you kept trying to get in these cells and you get popped. You keep getting popped. That sucks. But we had lower highs here, and then that was the kind of final push down. So, and as you see, nice reversal candle. So I was actually looking for some type of reversal candle. What I mentioned yesterday, you can see expansion with a wick. It turns into a wick on the daily. I think we're going to start heading for a sell-off. So we'll see. Very clear pump and dump here for Dow. Look at that shit. Dirty, bro. Pump, dump. So, and then in this case, when you're all-time highs for them, a pump and a dump is great. That's what I thought maybe we were going to get. Maybe we were going to get the pump to raid to the left, but they left it alone, which was awesome. I didn't want to deal with this. But when they're already in an expansion mode and they just turned up, right? So after they get to expansion mode, a retrace is logical, or it might be a reversal. But right now, I'll just say it's a retrace, and that happened beautifully. Let me move forward. Also, obviously, the inefficiency is not filled. Coming back to the weekly to get all the breakout traders, because that was easy as fuck. And then S&P, very similar story. Well, they were similar to us, that we were already up here, and then consolidating, fanning out, and then came right back underneath the weekly open, get some of those sellers. And this looks like a reversal candle to me. Expansion, and what was I gonna say? So, yeah, much uglier price action with all the other assets. Nasdaq was beautiful, and same idea, right? And 930 level, yeah. All right, so from here, what are the phases, right? What are we going through right now? So right now we've had an expansion, we've had either a retracement or a reversal. If it's a retracement, then what do? We go straight the hell up, right? We go straight the hell up. Very simple. If that's a retracement, it's very simple to go straight back up. Okay. If this is not a retracement and this is a reversal, then I'm going to want to see it make a pop in and fucking, and that's it. Really simple. Notice the last 3 days, we have that low, and man, let me tell you, I wanted that low. That's another low too right there. That's a low of that day. You can see that. And then the day before that, which is the FOMC rate. I want to come here. I want to tag that data low. I really do. But within these last 10 days of this month, so obviously 7-8 days left, or whatever, how many days in this month. But the algorithm's going to hunt the last 3 days in general. So 1, 2, you have these equal lows here, 3, and you want to see another bearish day here. And it might not go deep here. It might just sell off from here. So, but this is the gist of, if that was a retracement, I want to see a lower high here and structured down, right? So I gave you the expansion. I gave you an expansion idea if this was a retrace, and I gave you a reversal if it's a reversal. Right? If we consolidate and continue, that just means we're still bearish. If we consolidate here and then we raid the lows here and then pop back up, then that's the other possibility of it buying, is if it wants to just come down in and raid. But right now we're here. We hit the oversold. And I want to be fucking done. And where am I going here? And then obviously Nvidia's huge push, we literally almost wiped out that entire thing, right? So and they take out the all-time high damn near. Yeah. So look at that. Super dirty. A lot of big news in the tech. So I mean, again, I know we're bullish, but here's a gap here. So, you know, is that a reversal where we find ourselves doing that? Or is this a higher low and pushing up? So kind of neutral, in a way. So kind of neutral here. But I would like to see this weekly candle just completely close off this candle of the present week or last week's candle. But you got 3 consecutive days here. We're coming in hmm, overbought on everything, pretty much. So for me, see the in between here, just a little imbalance right here. Um, it looks pretty weak and pretty heavy to me. So I'm just talking out loud here. Do we see another candle just come straight down? I don't know. Uh, but okay, I gave the options here. This is a nice and this might be a just a sell off to make another range from this low to this high, coming back in. Um, 50% would be here. So is tomorrow another bearish day where it comes down? I'm assuming tomorrow is going to be another bearish day. But this is what it looks like trying to capture the daily range, right? That's what my goal is in the day, right? I'm trying to capture it most of the day. And we pretty much did that. So you guys take care. God bless.